All right, just sound check so I can sync the sound and the video. So, ready, action. All right, everybody, welcome. We are here at Big Island Guitars. Shout out to Spencer Ahuna. Woo! Spencer. All right, this is our Average Joe's headquarters, but come on down, Big Island Guitars, for all your music needs, everybody. Spencer Ahuna and Big Island Guitars. But anyway, tonight's Joecast, episode 3.
Spence.
Tonight's going to be a special one. My good friends, Blue Augustine and Jeremiah Augustine, we're going to shoot the shit tonight about all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of poop.
We're gonna nerd out on gear, and it's such an honor to have both of you here today on our Joecast.
Honor to be here with you guys.
Of your contributions to the musicians community, and it's I was giddy when you guys said that you guys were going to do this. So
oh man,
yeah.
well, you guys have been
Ryan
the
doesn't
only
get giddy
ones
very
on the
often.
island upholding the performance side
Right,
of things,
right,
which
right.
is awesome. You know, to always know that there's a band playing good music somewhere on the island. You know, normally
well, I don't know about good music. But we'll try.
Good noise.
Noise.
it's supposed to experience you guys.
Yes.
You guys are performing tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night at the
Hilo
Hilo
Town
Town Tavern. So come on down.
Go
if you
check
guys
it
are,
out.
you know,
Check it out.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys, it's such an honor for us to be here with you folks. So why don't you guys share a little bit about yourselves before we
Oh my God.
move on?
He's gonna speak for both of us.
No.
Well, no, better.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah Augustine, and I play in the band Augustine 313. And we had to add the numbers 313 because of the band in the mainland that took Augustine before us.
Is that like a boy band or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got, you know, the dance. I do my dance moves on Saturdays on every other month. And my beautiful wife, Blue Augustine, you know, we're honored to be here with the Average Joes, Ryan, Scott, and
Jason.
Jason. I know Jason for a long time, so I forgot his name.
We're actually missing
he only
somebody.
he only what is that? Forgets.
We
people's
forgot the
names he
wizard.
knows well, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah,
we
the
forgot the
wizard.
wizard's not here.
Yeah. That was a bummer.
Wizard is on a walk. Right?
Gizzard Wizard.
Yeah, he's doing jury duty right now. So
Hi, Gizzard Wizard. We don't miss you. He's like the other little brother I know. But he gives it right back.
There you go.
We're all
But
good.
anyway,
Sorry,
are you guys, like, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Where you from? You guys are from Hilo, right? No.
I'm from the island nobody likes here.
Yeah.
No. I'm from
Las
Oahu,
Vegas.
but I turned into a nice guy. I know what you guys say about Oahu people, and I love you guys. But other than that, I've been playing guitar for over 20 years. I should be better than I am now. Right?
You speak for all of us,
Right. And you know, we have our own recording studio, Made in Pain Records, up in Mountain View, Hawaii, and we are above the volcano. Just to let
So you guys
everybody laugh at
can
me.
get really loud up there, huh?
Yeah, so we've been lucky to have acres in between us. So when we track drums and stuff like that, it can be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Our guitar amps can be blaring full blast and get to just crank any time of the
Guess
day.
we're gonna go rehearse at their house.
We got a garage.
Serious.
Just set up the drums in the PA and leave it there
Right.
and show up. And
We
You
have
know?
cool neighbors too. They just call us. if
Are they
it
like
gets too loud,
metalheads too?
which
Well,
is
they
like
barely
2 in the
hear us.
morning.
Oh yeah, yes.
I got one phone call in the past 5 years from my neighbor, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning. And he was like,
Always do.
"It is kind of late, man."
gotta
He was
work
super
tomorrow.
nice. He was super nice about it. I felt so bad.
It's okay. We all go through that in the garage band days. But I think both of you, you're. It's kind of intriguing that it's rare that you have. I mean, you might have, you know, husband-wife duos and stuff like that, but a metal husband-wife duo. That's awesome.
cool,
I
man.
think that's cool, man. I mean,
That is
like I
cool.
said, I'm not only a fellow musician. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both of you guys. But what your acoustic duo as well, yeah, right?
Souls.
Two souls,
Two
right?
Souls.
Two souls. That's some awesome stuff. When you guys aren't getting loud, you guys are getting deep with the acoustic stuff. I love it, man. You guys
Gotta
are-
have balance.
Actually,
Yes,
that's-
especially blues songs. I mean,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, my wife can write amazing music, instrumentation on guitar. And you know, her lyrics, her melodies, I love them. And she, out of both of us, she is the one that can write music constantly. For me, I'm always like, if I write acoustic stuff, it's gonna be a sad song or something happened, or I'm not feeling good, and I'll you know, I cater more to the sad songs, more like the '80s like love song ballads, and then with Augustine, when I write majority of the music side of it, and for that is usually I hear the whole song in my head, or I just hear a drum beat and I'll write riffs to it, and I'll I'll videotape myself, and I call it channeling, or she calls it flow, but I'll just set up Easy Drummer on a couple of drum beats that sound good. I'll put the video on me, and I'll start just jamming, rubbish or not, but then you'll hit that strike of gold on a riff, and you can always just go back to your camera and go, well, what the hell did I do? Because I'm not literally planning the song out. I'm really just going for it.
Yeah,
that
and
was
it just
The
comes
Hunt.
out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
The Hunt was another channeled song. All the songs that we've been posting, none of them I sat there and tried to write a part for a song. And usually I'll write the music, and then she'll hear like vocal cadences and melodies in it, and then, you know, she would kind of direct our vocalists in the cadences she hears, and like, hey, you know, the screams would be cool if we did like this instead of the typical rah 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 rah. Like, they have some kind of cadence and melody, and like she's a big part of that in Augustine, and you know, she that's what her gifts are. So, you know, I play off of the strengths in the band.
So she provides balance. In the
Oh
song,
yeah. So I'll write a riff, and she's like, I hear a melody, and then, you know, if I want to, I can just be like, well, you sing this one. So she did a song called Sciatic Heart, which actually was written 5 years ago, and she came up with the song. She had this guitar part that she played on an acoustic, and she was like, hey, I got this song. And I was like, okay, I like the song, I like the melody, but the music part got to change for me. And then back then, when we had our original singer Jordan Pelletier, we had him in the studio put the vocal cadences of her song over the acoustic guitar track that was supposed to be distortion metal, and I dug it back out, and I put it in Logic, and I redid all the drums on Easy Drummer. I retracked all the music. I had her do all her vocal parts, and I was like, but it's missing that voice of the scream that originally was there 5 years
Right.
ago. And since the recording 5 years ago wasn't the right tempo as what I recorded it in now, and I could never line up the tempos correctly, I literally had to use a flex tool in Logic and stretch every word that my vocalist screamed to fit into the song, which took me 10 hours, Jordan. 10
It
hours.
was worth it.
But it was worth it. The song came out powerful, beautiful, and that's kind of cool, like you're saying, having a husband and a wife duo. I'll provide the beast, the monster, the growl, but she'll put the beauty and the light and everything else that is
Right.
opposing what I bring musically. And she's a badass bass player, a badass musician, a badass
both you guys
vocalist.
wear the producer hats in your band, and when you guys record, can you elaborate a little bit more on like your studio and the Made in Pain records and all that stuff? And
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, so for Made in Pain Records, I'm kind of the head producer, mixer, engineer. But she is also the double, like, it's too loud, or the guitars don't sound good, or so she'll be one I'll bounce things off of. Like, I'll make a mix and I'll email both of us to listen to, and then usually the first time you hear the song, you have a paper and pen in front of you, and the first thing that stands out to you, just start writing them down, and then you go back and you make those subtle changes, and then you send another one off until you have a mix that is kind of what you're hearing is good. And then after you get it close to being good, then you compare it to the people you're playing up against, which is the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put our stuff up against Lamb of God, Slipknot, and be it, okay? Their kick is here. Where's ours? Where's their snare? Here's ours. Where's their guitar? And we try and be in the ballpark with the mainland. But as far as that goes, and then we did a bunch of other bands CDs. We did a couple for a friend, Lundy Kramer. We did one for Shaggy, and we did for
Aphesis. And Lundy's band.
We did a couple of bands for Lundy. Second Son. We did. He had so many different bands. A lot of projects.
But in that way, we help. I guess talking about like musicians. Kind of being a community for Jeremiah and I, that's where we kind of were doing that for other artists and musicians, was to give them kind of a playground to take their music that they normally perform live and seal it in time on an album to either promote themselves or just as something they did in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And so we did that with Aphesis and
Jude 9.
Jude 9.
Yeah, we got two songs that we did
two
with
songs,
you.
great
And
songs.
it just makes us happy because we know how we love music. So for you to go home and listen to a product and a creation that you made, and you feel proud, you know.
Yeah.
And so that in that aspect, we helped a lot of people.
And then as far as like the gear in the studio, you know, we really have, like you said, I have toys.
I love
Being able to do a song like, oh, I want to use your triple rec for this song, and your Marshall on this side, or I want to use, you know what I mean? You like trying to provide the colors for other musicians to come up and go, you know, like, hey, well, what do you want to track with? You know, now she's, you know, she got her Mesa rig, her Mesa endorsement. She's got her Ashdown stuff happening. You know, she has an Ampeg. You know, so like for bass players, there's like 3 selections to go with, and then for guitar players, they got like the pick of the litter. I mean, and then for drums, you know, we got.
Man, it's like,
You know, if I ever need a
Stunned
studio
by
drummer,
silence.
just I keep.
We got this guy.
It's Christmas every day in the Augustine household. I tell you, man,
No,
I love it. You guys post your videos and stuff like, I want that. It's like literally, yeah, but
You
it's
ever
so
have
cool,
garage
man. I mean,
sale
and you
going?
guys, I think you guys are an asset to the music community because you guys truly care about getting not only your music out but everybody else's music out and just sharing what you guys share. It's kind of keeping that whole live music thing live. You know, I really appreciate it because we do it as well, but there's not many other people that put their stuff out there or even support, because you guys came to watch us at the fair and saw us other places, and like us, we always, you know, we're not only musicians in the community, but we truly care about the community. I mean, everybody calls me the resident evil bastard because I am kind of brash and outspoken about towards other bands and stuff.
Kinda.
But we're the first band that will be out there supporting
But we
other
need
bands.
you.
Yeah,
We need people like you.
They need salt to their sugar, you know.
Right?
Right.
You
Yeah.
got to. And the thing is, you guys, I mean, for those of my friends on Facebook, I mean, if you're watching it now or not, the Average Joes have been, what my dad would call pound the sand. You guys have drive. And, you know, for me as well, like, you know, Blue, she wants to perform live and stuff. And I'm kind of jaded by performing live just
Really love it.
because of the scene here. It's hard because we're like extreme death metal, and then the venues have a hard time being able to liability. People getting injured from mosh pits, getting hurt at the show. I mean, like, hey, we're gonna bring an Augustine show, and we might have all this. We might have a mainland band. Like, you know, I've been offered to bring Mushroom Head down, Death Angel down from the promoters. It's like, can you bring them? And I'm like, where am I gonna put them?
Probably Kona
Yeah.
side.
You know, it'd have to be
Even-
like a big venue.
Even Kona is hard, and I think like we've spoken about in the other Joecast, and like in Kona, it's a lot of classic rock bands, and that's why we kind of do well because we're pretty much the only ones that do what we do over there. So even though we're not that great, we still stick out because we're kind of unique in a sense.
Well, you guys do everything that they do
You're eclectic.
and
You're
a
very
whole nother
eclectic.
genres of music. You know, I mean, it's cool to be a classic rock band, but that's all you can sell.
And that's by
but
design.
You guys do everything.
And that's by design because like our influences, I'm like an 80s kid. Scott is too. He loves Russian Maiden. Jason likes Rush. We like metal too. Not heavy stuff like you guys. I mean, I do like some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But it you know, we have to do what we do because if it's not, you know, we'll be able to play.
And that's what makes your band unique on this island is that you guys literally can do anything, and that's what keeps you guys going, because you can play to a venue, you can play to a certain bar.
We can switch it up if we have
You
to.
can play for anything.
We can play Bop even though we didn't want to.
Right.
We can cater our set list. We can cater our set list
We're
to the
gonna
venue.
plug the Wizard,
Yeah, Wizard.
Mr.
That was,
Wizard.
Phenomenal.
That was crazy.
That
Oh, you guys
was-
actually
that
saw
was-
that?
I
was
saw that,
miraculous.
and
It was miraculous.
I was like, wow, look at all the
Don't-
chicks dancing for you.
Don't feed his ego.
You know, but
why not? I mean,
No, but I let him run with
honestly.
it, man. I totally let him run with it.
you know, but kind of piggybacking off of on what Ryan brought up, the theme about, you know, the husband and wife thing. The good thing about doing this on Facebook Live is that they don't know what I'm going to ask.
Right.
No,
That's why I was asking Ryan. I was like, what kind of questions you gonna ask, man?
From the hip.
yeah, so,
I feel like
so
getting the light
yeah,
to do the hot
nothing
seat
salacious.
back in the day.
Yeah, nothing salacious,
Like
but
him get a flash.
I want to drop a couple of canvases, and then I'll let you guys kind of paint it in. But the first one I want to drop is, okay, well, basically, I mean, the two of you guys have a pretty amazing love story. Okay?
I was gonna get to that too,
Yeah.
but you
No,
know,
but
we'll put him on the spot.
Yeah. So, but the first canvas I'll drop, and then I'll do the second one. But Blue, your mom actually wrote Jeremiah a note early on when you guys were dating, right? So
he's going
that's
deep,
so
man.
that's one. So that's one.
Going 20 years back.
So
bro.
okay, so that's one, and the other one was I remember on one of your posts. I don't know if it was a video or just a regular post, but you said someone had told you, as long as you continue teaching her, that your guys' relationship and love would always blossom, would always flourish.
She's when we first met. I mean, like literally
Yes,
for
my mom-
us. Yeah,
Should
go
I
with
address
mom
that?
first, and I'll do
It's in our.
the
it's
other
in,
one.
We have that letter in a photo album. It's a cherished
my
letter,
birthday.
actually. On his birthday, it was a 13-page.
13 pages, and I'm on July 13th,
I love you. My
and
mom
I got
might
it on
see
July
this,
13th.
but my sisters are probably. Yeah, it was like you'll never be a part of the family. You're not.
You're
we
the
do
devil.
Not, we do not. My
Yeah.
mom straight up. She's Hawaiian Italian.
My-
She's over.
She loves
Can't
me.
get any
now.
more straight up than that.
She loves me.
She said, "I do not like you. You will never be a part of,
The family.
yeah. We're not gonna, there's reasons why, but oh man, that's another.
Well, that's a big,
Scott, we
deep
can go on
story. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean, the Two
but-
Soul story is
Fast
a movie.
forward,
It's
yeah.
a movie, literally.
I think your guys' whole relationship is a made-for-movie thing, man. It's so it's so awesome, man. Just watching you guys do your thing, like your videos, like when you guys the Testament thing. When
Oh,
you,
yeah.
That was awesome.
God, that was my dream.
And then all of you guys' gear stuff, and then your alter ego. That,
Polu.
yes, that's-
Oh, I love Polu.
that is classic, man.
She never
She
comes
didn't
today.
show up today.
It's like, you see, Blue, she's the nicest
She
person,
wanted
then
me
Polo
to,
comes out. It's all
She
over.
wanted me to take front and center
Right.
for once.
That's okay. Run with it.
So yeah, but no. Fast forward, my mom is in love with him. She loves.
She loves
him
me. I
to
love
death.
her. I love her to death.
She,
10 years.
And the thing is, why?
To
why
10
we
years
didn't force
to be
our
accepted by her
relationship.
love.
Yeah, we didn't force our relationship on people that weren't accepting it at the time. There's reason. I can't even. This is reason.
Yeah, it's
why.
how
I
deep
can't-
you want to get, because
Cut
it
the
was.
camera and I'll tell them the story.
Right.
Yeah, we
But,
have a story.
Now everything's really cool, and yeah, it was. I met him November 13th, 1998. It was a Friday night
It's Friday the 13th.
at a karaoke bar.
So I was supposed to meet her. Or she
And
was
then we
supposed to
went a
meet
strip
me.
club after that.
No, she was supposed to meet me that night.
Right, wasn't it?
And when
It
I
was-
walked
yeah.
in, she had a bottle of tequila on the table.
Ooh.
And
No.
We know
I
where this
walked
is going.
in-
Oh, boy.
No, I walked in and I was like, well, it's my drink. So I grabbed it in front of her, opened it up, and I
Never
started
met him.
chugging it.
He
Duk,
took-
duk, 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 duk,
Yeah,
duk, duk,
how's
duk,
that?
duk, duk, and I
Like
put it
that?
down.
How's that?
And then she
I
started,
expected a reaction, but my
I said
non-reaction was the reaction.
two tigers can't tango.
I gotta,
Well, we
I gotta
tangled,
steal
you know,
that
got
one.
some kids, you
Tigers
know.
cannot tango.
And but no, it's funny that she started singing. She sang a song because she was supposed to meet me because I played music. She played music, and kind of this event set it up to where she started singing a song. And as soon as she started singing, because I've heard female singers sing a song, and they're like, and I mean, I'm sorry, ladies, but when she started singing, it was just like she belted it, man. And it was like, I stood up. I literally was like shocked. And I stood up and I walked outside and I stood right outside of the door and I just listened to her sing. But she took it as,
I saw.
Oh, because you saw him get up and walk out.
yeah, middle of the
I
song.
was singing
I
the
couldn't
song.
contain my
It's sort of like
hardcoreness.
an audition, for the guy I'm supposed to jam with, and as soon as I start singing,
Not as soon.
maybe
I
like
stayed
4
for like 30
seconds
seconds.
into the
30
song,
seconds.
he just,
I stood
So you
up.
thought he thought he.
I was like, well, I
So you're
suck.
done, right? It's like-
That's that guy then.
No, but
I'm
I
a
stood outside
horrible
of the door,
singer.
and people were outside. I was like, "Holy shit, you hear her singing?" But I was like, I had this ego, like I had to be all hardcore, so I couldn't be like in there going, "Oh my god," you know.
Oh, fanboy.
I was a fanboy. I went outside and I was like, "Holy god, holy shit," you know. I'm like, "Somebody help! Somebody bring me some water, some ice, and some Kool-Aid." And, you know, and then we met and found out she played guitar, and she was in contemporary pop, folk music, and I was in
Like
metal,
female
like classical,
singer-songwriter kind, like
Natalie
Sarah
Merchant.
McLachlan,
Oh, yeah.
Indigo Girls,
Indigo
Natalie
Girls,
Merchant.
and I was into.
Oh, I love Natalie
acoustic.
Merchant. She's like my girlfriend. One of many.
Among others.
One of
Mine.
many.
She's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I like
okay.
that.
Take the flame already.
So when she started playing, we met, got the guitars out, and she started jamming, and I was like, all right, she can play it too. And I gotta bring it up. I gotta bring out the book.
No, you cannot.
So we jamming.
Secrets.
Now,
Secrets.
everybody heard that. What about the book?
I
They're going to
know,
ask you
that's
guys
gonna be,
watching.
like, the question.
Okay,
I want to bring up the book. No, you can't bring up the book. Then
Exactly.
everybody
No, but
live.
here's
Everybody live. Okay,
Question,
Blue, what
question.
about the book?
Right.
It's okay. You guys can share it.
So we started
Ooh,
jamming,
you're in trouble.
And after I would think maybe about a month of just knowing her, I booked us a gig at Stex. We had no material gear. I had a classical, she had an acoustic, and I bought the Fender Passport suitcase. I bought all of us gear, cords, mic, everything. And I told her, we have a gig at
I think
Stex.
we haven't even practiced.
We have no material, nothing at all. I just booked
I don't
us a
even
gig.
know you.
And-
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and
It wasn't a month.
And I thought we were ballsy playing
No,
songs
right.
without rehearsing.
It was after I met him. It was probably about a week after he said, "I'm going to get us gigs," and I just met him. Like,
well, she's supposed
me
to have
out.
met
I
me
was like-
that night at a friend's house, and she was supposed to be there at 3 p.m.
yeah.
She gets there at 11 o'clock. She calls me at like 8 o'clock at night and goes, "Sorry, I'm at the Match 20 concert.
Matchbox.
Matchbox. I'm at the
Matchbox
Matchbox
20.
20
Big Melee.
concert at the Big Melee," and I'm like, "You want to watch people on stage, or you want to be on stage?" Was that I told her on the phone.
did.
You want to be
I
on?
just
You
met
want to
him.
watch them, or you want to be on stage?
And I was like,
And
"Who
she's
is
like,
this
"Who
guy?
the F is this guy?"
I want to watch them."
So I was like, again, fanboy, waiting till 11 o'clock. She shows up. Then we jam, and we just started. Some of the first songs was "White Line," "When the Children Cry."
Oh, God, yeah.
"Tears in Heaven," "More Than Words," Indigo Girl songs. And
Classics, a lot of 80s, like
Elton John.
What was that one?
Hanson.
Faster Pussycat?
Faster Pussycat.
Oh, yeah. House of Pain.
House of Pain.
No, and then the other one,
Please, dear. Please, dear. I want you to save a seat in Nirvana for me. We used to do like the 80s big hair metal band acoustic stuff live as well. And we gigged or died. It was gig or die.
Right.
We had a steady kind of gig at this bar called Mango's on Fort Street.
It was what
It was
voted Playboy's best bar.
Bar.
2 people in the bar.
Oh, so are you from Oahu as well, or are you from here?
No, I'm
She's
Big
from the
Island.
Big
Island.
Yeah, born and raised.
And then you ended up on Oahu, and that's
I
kind of where you
can't
guys...
say-
I was
born and
going to
raised.
college at Manoa. I was actually going to be
She
a
wasn't going to
music
college.
major.
She
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
going to
okay.
college.
Oh, you're one of them educated folks.
No. She was telling
Unfortunately,
me
yes.
she was going
So
to
I was
college.
trying to be one of those, and then I got out of it. 'cause
No, she was in college, and I met her.
he-
And then
he
she would come to
enlightened
my
me.
house at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and stuff. And I'd be like, "Oh, you post school already?" She's like, "Oh no, I went to the early class." So I was like stupid, right? I'm like for like 3-4 weeks going on, like, "Wow, she's going to college. She's coming early in the morning. We're jamming. We're hanging out all day." And then
You're
the
in the early
mom,
class.
the mom comes, and
Oh,
comes to
wow.
grab her with me, and we're driving because she's super pissed. And the first thing she says is like, UH Manoa said you haven't been to class for over a month. And I looked at her like, "I thought you were
No, that
in
was
the
high
early
school.
class."
College doesn't call your parents. Anymore. That was
No,
high
your
school.
mom figured out you got mail or something.
Actually,
And
No.
I was in the car going back to my house, and she was saying
no,
that
I
you
actually,
missed
I
class.
think I told my mom that I don't want to go to. Because college.
But she was
doesn't-
cutting out, and I thought she was
I think
in
I
college.
wanted to drop out of college because I didn't feel like it was. I felt like I could get better music education with him. It was
Yeah.
real
Oh,
world.
yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
For sure.
I love
Heard
her.
it here.
It was real world.
Heard it
You
here.
heard that? You heard that, right? She loves me.
I'm gonna drop out of college too and learn from you.
Wow. Sheesh. I love you. Thank
so
you.
I felt like I'd get, and I did. I honestly did. I don't think if I went to Manoa, I would get the experiences I have, with, and I developed my ear in the process better. Just learning from him because he learns by ear.
I'm an ear player.
So that was something we early on in the education
Yeah.
was to develop my ear as a musician to where you can hear stuff on the radio and then your hands just go.
So
right
as
to
we're
the
listening to
chords.
songs on the radio, I'd be calling out all the chords for her.
Yeah.
And he taught me how to
and
hear
I was
the
like,
bass.
I can learn any song within 5 minutes. I can get the gist of the song, and she'd be like, oh yeah. So then we went from all of the songs she listened to, then all the songs I listened to, then we got into metal.
And he was
So
my
were
teacher.
you like a metal guy from the start, or you?
I was a classical player in high school, a classical metal player in high school, and then I developed like when I was young, my next door neighbor's oldest brother heard me singing and said, "You sound stupid." So I never sang from that point on. And when I would write songs in high school, I would write my own songs that was not metal, was all like big hair metal band style, and I would sing, so nobody could hear me. And she heard them. She laughs at it. It's funny, that's why, because I was so not comfortable with my voice. And then what she did was enable me to start singing, because she sang all the time. She harmonized with anybody, anything, anytime, and she could like pre-read other singers. Like if we went and did other bands and stuff, and she'd jump up on the mic, she could harmonize with them, not even know the song, but already know the pitch they're going into and do a harmony with it. And it was like, so I was like, well, I can sing more, and I would always sing the leads in the song. So like all the songs I sang the lead, she'd do the harmony. And I could never do the harmonies when she sang. And then now I'm a lot more comfortable
that's how you
singing.
develop your ear, same like a guitar.
So she starts doing a part now, and I'll do the harmony she wants to do. And she's like, stop taking my harmony parts.
Right.
Stop doing my parts. And I'm like,
No, now you help me to expand
she's
and
finding something
become-
else now, which is more weird, because we'll do like freaky stuff on the acoustic and we'll sing, and our vocals, if I took her harmony, she would immediately find something else, and she'd like know, and it's like she already would know. And I guess that's where you heard it was something she posted, that back when we were first meeting, the situation in the scenario was again what is movie-ish, where things are going on in each of our lives that were, I guess,
We'll
taboo-ish
share it.
and all
We'll
that,
share that part
but
off of this-
she saw a fortune
off the
teller
broadcast.
in Waikiki or in Oahu, and the fortune teller said that I'm only gonna be in her life.
Well, he's a teacher.
I'm
she
a
said.
teacher.
Yeah.
And
when it's over, it's over.
if I don't keep
Right.
being able to teach or do something that, and I can kind of see that, like if we don't play music or we're not learning anything new, or if I'm not able to kind of show her a new thing, it's because she's her own artist. She can stand for herself. She doesn't need me,
That's not true.
because she
I
has
do
like
need-
20
I
to
do
30
need you.
songs that not everybody even heard yet. She can do
do need
2 or 3 albums by herself, and that's the thing. I can do my metal riffs, but to start writing words to the metal riffs, I can't. And then again, I can't scream.
Yeah.
And I'd love to scream, but again, I want to keep my voice.
And that's what impresses me about her, because she's quiet by nature and stuff, but she carries a big stick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Her.
Carry one big stick.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Watch out, Polo
I'm
coming
sorry.
out. Polo coming out.
But anyway, yeah, just her material and what she does, it
No, thank you.
she makes
for
noise, a
noticing
lot of
that.
noise by the stuff she do.
Her quietness, what it makes her loud.
But he is
You know?
the reason. I mean, he's my teacher, and in music, I'm not. I would not be here without. I mean, don't want to sound cliche, but it's the truth. It's just the truth. I wouldn't be here without you. I wouldn't keep going. I wouldn't have the passion or the drive to move forward. Unfortunately, I have a codependent relationship with that, where I do need him in my life for the music to keep moving forward. I don't think I ever would want to be at a space where I'm on my own like that, because you're the passion in where it began.
But what I meant by that is that you're capable as an artist on your own to carry yourself in bass, acoustic, or vocally. Dude, she plays drums, piano, violin.
Honey,
I mean,
come
she can play. I mean, and I'm like,
Honey.
well, I can play guitar. Yeah.
I never mastery.
But and that's what's cool is that the dynamics offered between the both of us, there's the rough and textured, and then there's the soft and loving.
Right.
And you have that beauty and the beast mentality in our metal songs and in our acoustic stuff.
Beauty and the Handsome.
Well, I notice even in your real heavy stuff, you always have that melodic side.
That part for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that breaks it up really nice. I mean, it offers so much textures.
I kind of, what I always like that about the metal bands like Testament, and they'd have their ballads, their clean guitar parts, and then they get heavy, and then they get clean again. And that's actually what drew me to metal because of my classical background of playing. So now being able to offer a landscape of, I'm going to have this cool song with groove, or it's going to be technical and hard and fast, but I'm going to put that spot for her.
Right.
And I already know, with The Hunt, if you guys ever heard it, but there's a part in there, and I'm like, that's yours. You putting no lyrics in that part, and I'm going to have my screamers put the screaming to other parts of the song. And, it's because you don't have that texture in the metal world. A husband and wife being able to do harmonies, singing parts, screaming parts, chaos, and it's controlled chaos. And I'm not the best guitar player in the world. I am just me. I play what I'm good at. I play off of my strengths. That doesn't make me a guitarist better than other people. I'm good at what I do for myself.
Right.
You have me play Sepultura or another band and all that, and I'm, to each their own. Ryan's a successful guitarist, singer. He performed. This guy performed on bigger stages than we did, and I saw your videos that you post. And Ryan's lived the rock star life. He knows what it feels like to gig in the mainland.
Live the rock star life.
Yeah. But Ryan would post some stuff about his past, and you had it at the tip of your reach, and for what reason it is, that doesn't make you any less of the musician you was. You're still that. That's what carries you on today.
I was just gonna say about you, like you say, you're not the best guitarist, whatever, but you make such an impact in the musicians community here that you don't realize it, but you do. I mean, a lot of people see your guys' stuff and they're like, oh yeah. And when you guys, it's like E.F. Hutton. When you guys speak, people listen. That's the way I consider. You post something, people are watching. And it makes an impact. That's why I think you guys are so valuable to the musicians community. That's why when we started doing this Joecast, the first guest, let's get Jeremiah guys on here and Spencer. Guys that impact the musicians community. You guys don't only speak it, you guys live it, and that's.
And we try our best.
Thank you.
No, I mean I run Lightworkers Electric, and that takes up 80% of my life.
Yeah, you guys
my
balance
time.
family life and
then we have our children and our kids, and then we're trying to find time for music. And all the videos you see me post, I've been up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Doing
That's
these
called
videos,
passion, brother.
And then I'll wake up and go work,
That's
and then,
passion.
it's like, would we love to go out and just hang out with other bands, and would we love to perform? I'd love to, but at the same time, it's just with life.
And that's why I think you guys are for real, because sure, you guys are a metal band and metal artists, but you guys show up to our fair gig and enjoyed it.
I loved it.
The kids
We
dancing
loved
around
it.
in the front of the stage.
Loved
That was
it.
classic.
We love hearing all kinds.
Well, we love the relationships that we get to build with the other musicians on the island as well. I mean, getting to see you in your element.
Yeah.
That's when you guys are on stage, it's you. That's your element. That is where, for me, any other musician that is watching should get it. Watch it, enjoy it. It's a performance. Right. Sit there and be in awe of it, because honestly, not everybody can do it. And that would be my biggest thing when I used to come out when I was younger, was when I'd play or somebody would make a comment like, oh, you suck. Oh, you sound like crap. You're shitty. And I'd be like, well, here's the guitar. There's the stage. Jump on up.
Right.
Please do better than me.
Yeah. I actually did it on stage a couple of times, before these guys. Oh, you didn't play that solo? I take my guitar here.
Right.
Have at it.
Yeah, go for it, please. I'm up here because I love being up here. I love to perform. So just love to enjoy.
Right.
Don't love to judge. Don't love to, and it's again, you guys hit all the genres that we like as well when you guys perform. There's not a song you guys do that we didn't hear, didn't like. Right. It was like, well, Wizard Song was a surprise for us.
Oh
We
man,
heard the song.
he shocked the crap out of us.
You know, but
That was supposed to have been an Elton John block, by the way.
No, right.
But he
You
learned
went
from us.
Hanson.
He learned from us. He's like, you play the crowd. Somebody yelled Hanson, and that was it. They opened the can of worms that we didn't want him to open. But he had him eating out of his hand, you know. So
And the relationship, you know, for us with you know, for you, Ryan, was your son plays music.
yeah.
And well, I don't know if you remember, but it was years ago when we were gigging and was doing the metal stuff and was doing all the shows at Hilltown Tavern and whatever. When we was performing, he was like, "Hey, can my son's band play?" And I was like, "I'm all for that." I was like, "Yeah, bring Kyle. Yeah, have the band set up." And it was cool because I know what it feels like. You know, we know what it feels like being parents and have your children love guitar or the music aspect of it. You know, like I got my sons learning guitar. You know, my son Nathan, my son Dorian, Maxie might do piano. Chevelle sings, can play some drums. Nathan can play drums as well. And you know, so I'm doing like guitar lessons now at home for the kids, and you know, like they're excellent. You know, they got it in their blood. Like Nathan will just, he's already doing the ear thing already. Dorian's starting to pick up more fundamentals and technique. And again, they're not strangers to it. They've been surrounded by us their whole life. Like Nathan's whole life literally was sitting in the back of a half stack. Like watching us perform because never have babysitters for us. I mean, you know what it is. Like, we gotta do, what about the kids?
You're coming.
Nathan, stay right there. And then eventually Nathan was
Just
on our
strap him.
videos. If you look at our old YouTube
Barney and
videos,
Snacks.
you know,
Right.
Nathan's in the back of the half stack, and then there's another video. He's older, and Nathan's in the mosh pit. And then Nathan and Dorian's at Testament in the mosh pit. You know, it's like, and the realization of having children, and even like for like some of my Facebook friends out there that have children, it's like we call ourselves, you know, dads of metal, or you know, or mom and pops of metal, and it's like, because we know the real fight is, you know, I may have my little, ooh, I made my video, ooh, I did my YouTube, but then the realness of it is, that's just my facade on a social media thing. The person I am, they don't know. I mean, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. But at the same time, my wife knows me. She's the only one that knows me. She's the only one that gets me. Even down to my children. My children know who I am. But the world doesn't. The world sees the side that I want them to see.
Right.
Because I can
in
show them
3-minute
what I
segments
want.
and stuff.
And I can edit the parts of me I want people to see or
Right.
not as well. But that doesn't push me far off of who I am. It's just, she knows me.
And that's the part I want
You
to
know?
share too, is that it's really nice that, we're a music couple. It looks really great and it's all fluffed, but we go through the same kind of stuff that every married couple goes through. We have some killer winner. Some
fights, man.
Some winner ones, you know. And so I don't want anyone to be what is that? Disillusioned. The fact
Yeah.
that
It's not
that
Disney.
it's all this fairy tale thing. It takes work.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you fight to keep it
When one
together.
walks out, the other one has to not. And you know, luckily, it's never been where we're both walking.
Yeah.
You know, because when that happens, then that fortune teller it was telling it's over. You know, but it's a constant rekindling of that initial fire. You
Yeah.
know, and that's I think why we keep going, is that we.
So even as musicians, even though you guys have a common ground, there's still, like for me, my first marriage, we didn't have common ground. So in marriage now, my wife is so super cool. It's my thing. She supports me, whatever. But you still got to balance. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
And it's hard too because we both, because we were both passionate about music. You know, that's a common ground. It can work both ways. You know,
Yeah.
but I do feel like if you're a musician, lady or a guy, it's better if you're married to someone who either is like a music appreciates music or actually is in music, because then you kind of, you know what I mean, like, well, you already, you know, you saw
You
you,
get that
you
same-
lived that way. And we've seen a lot of times with musicians that were in our bands where we would see, you know,
The girlfriend on the side pissed off, like, when are you guys done practicing?
for reals behind
When
the
can
drum
we
set, just
go? I don't like this. This is not what I
Yeah.
want to do
And
right now.
it's
And
hard.
they
It's
and
hard
they
on
visually
both of them.
show it like,
not just the drummer, but
It's
it's,
like,
hard for the woman too. She wants to spend time. She needs time with her man, and he's out just in Musicianville. So yeah.
Because there's been many X's I've painted on the ground for many members in Augustine.
Right?
You know, like
That's another episode,
there's an
man.
X right here. Come, we'll have a talk. Stand right there. Thank you so much.
So who
We
was,
gotta
the,
go.
who was the one that,
You know,
that
and
let go?
that's what
Yeah.
made August. I mean, honestly, Augustine became sharp as an axe when we were performing like we was. We practiced 4 times a week. We practiced 2 to 3 hours. We had our children waiting in the van for us. It was crack it out, sharp practice, get the hell out. Even at our shows. And some people may think that's like we're like, oh wow, they all whatever, you know. But it's like, no, we got kids, dude. After the show, we gotta go see grandma, pick up the kids, go home. You know,
We'd
I
set
got
up
work the
party,
next day.
And then we'd
Yeah, and
yeah,
you know, and that
yeah.
was when Made in Pain Records was doing all the metal aleas, was putting on all the shows, was coordinating with everything, and we wanted to unite all the bands and all the islands and this
all
and
the
that.
genres. Actually,
All the genres.
We Metal Lalea was an all
Celebration
genre.
of all things metal.
Even though it was
That's
metal,
what it means in Hawaiian.
It
Metal
was.
alea.
We
It was
had
like,
we
cool.
had like an acoustic
Yeah.
group. We had Twisted Tree, who was kind of like alternative.
Yeah.
This,
sort of.
wasn't it's not
Grunge.
Adam guys?
Yeah, it's Adam
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
And so we had punk rock. We kind of were mixing the genres, which I love doing.
Yeah.
And it worked for a little while.
And then like when we have members in our band, I think we went through like 6 drummers. We went through.
We have
a couple
one,
guitar
fortunately.
players,
Oh,
you know.
you guys
and
dumped
and it
drummers,
wasn't
huh?
necessarily that they couldn't play. It was more the energy of the band. Like it was hard. You know, we want to have fun while we're sacrificing time from our children.
Right.
So can we like at least have fun with doing the stuff we love? And can you please love it as much as we do? If not,
What are we
it's
doing
not
it for?
enjoyable for us. It's
Why
like
are you here?
yeah, it's like
Right.
we're gonna go fly all of us up to Oahu. We're gonna play a cool show, and people are gonna be upset, and we're like, you know, we're
We've
paying.
experienced a lot of like moments with
A lot
other
of moments.
musicians, and you know what? That's the name of the game because musicians are so passionate.
Yeah.
And so they have big personalities and big egos, and it's all good. It's just now we prefer to kind of just keep it real.
Well, right now it's kind of just been Blue and I. Our drummer, you know, he lives in Kona, phenomenal drummer, but again, not everyone like us that have children can manage still performing and playing and practicing with their band, you know. So he got children, he got beautiful children and wife, but with life you got to take care of that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
he has jobs, he has more than 2 jobs, and coming to drive to Hilo for their weekend and his time off and could be with his family is, you know, so I get it, you know. And the last time Augustine played with a real drummer was 2015, like I was with Testament. But for that kind of shows, you put in the time to get there,
Oh, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But are you as sharp as you want to be for the gig? No. Did I have the month of 3 days a week practice like I'd like to have, where when we're on stage, everything's blindfolded, we can just enjoy the and not. I gotta go 3rd fret, or I got, you know, it's like, oh, that song, my solo. Oh, I gotta screw up my solo, and I'm practicing my solo because I haven't played it for like 6 years. You know, it's like, and the parents that perform with children really got the passion as well, because that's the time they're sacrificing. So if we took all the time and hours that we spent into Augustine and we look back at our children, they
Thank you.
they
To
are
our
the ones to
kids.
thank, because
Thank you for-
they gave up that time
For allowing mom
because
and dad to
for let
live.
us live the things of our passion,
Right?
and they're proud of us, you know. So like when we went to the NAM, which was amazing, the kids stayed home, and basically
I wanted to bring them actually.
Yeah.
yeah, and
I
We
did
can,
wanna bring
yeah,
them.
I was kind of want to talk to you guys about that stuff.
Yeah,
tonight, 'cause-
let's do it. Let's do it.
So, like, how did your like your affiliation with Mesa Boogie start? I mean, I mean, everybody usually Marshall, you know, the typical cliche
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But you're like exclusively Mesa Boogie.
Yeah.
And then now your own amps and stuff. So kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, honestly, the Mesa Boogie endorsement came. We purchased their acoustic amplifiers, the Rosettes, and they're amazing acoustic amplifiers. And we did a song on video, and it wasn't a video to do for Mesa. We just did a video in the garage with the lights down, and she did a song that she wrote for her sister called, you know, Yeah.
Uh,
Don't take this wrong.
Suicide.
It was called Suicide, but you know, it's a deep song.
It's a song about my brother-in-law. He killed himself, and so. Yeah, no, it's okay. But that song was for my sister, and that was the first song we
did with
did
the
on
amps on video. And she sent a 30-second clip or a 40-second clip to Mesa Boogie's Messenger, and just was like, "Thank you guys so much for these amps. These amps are amazing." Like, just thanking them, and here's what we did with it. You know.
Good job. Like, I think it was Mesa Boogie's first acoustic amp.
Yeah.
They built, and so. I was just like, wow, this amp is killer, and thank you. And then, can I say his name? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Gary. So Gary Noble at Mr.
But don't go bugging Gary Noble for endorsements.
He's the head guy. He's
I'm sorry,
really
Gary.
Cool brother.
Yeah, but
he wrote back in Hawaiian.
Like a paragraph in Hawaiian, and me and
And
her
I
was like,
oh my god,
what is he saying?
This brother knows better Hawaiian than
yeah.
me.
He was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what did he
I
say?
gotta go Google
She had to go
I gotta
Google up some of the
translate
stuff he was
this.
saying, you know? Sorry, Gary, we made like
I had
was,
to go
you
call
know.
and Kumu and figure, you know, but I was like, wow, what's up this guy from the mainland, you know, Hawaiian, and come to find out he lived kind of in Hawaii.
In Kauai.
And
he lived in Kauai for 20
He told me
years.
that his kids were in an immersion school, so he had to learn, and we just talked story from there, built a nice relationship.
Well, we had at the same time, before the Mesas came, I had the original hand-wired Mark III.
Yeah.
And a Mark I hand-wired, and I sent that
So are you
in.
already using them before you even got endorsed?
Yeah, so I sent those in
I
for
love
repairs.
Mr. Lee.
Okay, and then we got while it was being repaired, we got the amps, made the video. He responded back with all the Hawaiian words, and he said, "Can we share this on our site?" And we was like, "What?"
We're in the middle of the ocean.
What? You know,
Mesa
and
Boogie, the oldest.
And then we got the post,
company.
Mesa Boogie, wanting to share Blue German. I was like, it was such a starstruck moment. And then, you know, we call up the guy, and they're like, "Do you have two of your amps with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, you guys are fixing it." I was like, "Wow, you guys are like the buzz of the office." Because we did the Mesa video, the Rosette video, and then, but these two rare antique hand-wired Mesas are in there being fixed to go back to Hawaii. And, you know, and we just talked story, and was like bottom
Real
line.
serendipitous, just real
Was just like bottom line.
synchronicity.
I was like, $1 million question, dude. Sorry, Gary. $1 million question. How can a couple like us in Hawaii, we do not and cannot tour as much as the normal Mesa artist requirements. On their requirements, they have different levels of artists. And if you're gigging 5 times a month, you get things for 45% off. If you're gigging certain this and that, and I don't know if, but it's on their website. It's on their website.
And if you're John Petrucci, you get it for free.
Yeah, if you're John Petrucci, they write your name on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But with us, he really,
He liked
us.
We liked him. He liked us.
and
then
he
got-
made a
got us in
special
there.
thing
Yeah.
for us
So, like,
as
social media artists, right?
artists.
Yeah.
And that's where I would post the videos of Mesa and the Rosette she would post.
We're
and
not
we'd
obligated
post.
to post
No.
videos or,
No.
or obligated to like talk even about Mesa. It's just that's what we record
So
with it.
I know you guys
Love Mesa.
endorse a lot of stuff, but so are you guys end up using this stuff, or do you guys reach out to companies before, hey, we want to
So
try this?
when
say
we-
like for the solar guitars.
Solar
and-
guitars.
and-
Hola, England! Okay, for solar, cause so what Big Brother Mesa Boogie did though, by giving us that shot, I was able to go to Ola England on solar guitars and go, hey, from Hawaii, here's a couple of my videos, here's my biograph of my history of who I am and my playing or whatever, and we're endorsed by Mesa Boogie. Now you got leverage. And
'cause
I'm
Mesa,
sorry,
yeah.
but I'm going to use all the leverage. We're in Hawaii, guys. We're in Hawaii. We are the small. I
Look
keep
at
saying
the
it.
map.
We are the smallest dot in the world. So I was like, well, that came to us. So I'm going to share that with other people in music as well. So when I approached Ola, right before he launched his guitars, it was funny that I was building my Koa guitars prior to Ola's guitars coming out,
Right.
and I wanted to build custom rare exotic wood guitars and sell them.
Those are nice, yeah.
And then 6 to 7 months later, I see Ola post, well, he's a metalhead building guitars for metalheads, and I was like, well, guitars idea's out. because they're gonna all follow a recommended. He tours. He travels. He's tested the instrument. So
He's a great
I contacted him, and he said, "Really cool, man. I really like what you're doing, but right now we're just starting up the company. I can only give you 10% off, but I'll keep you in mind." And this was in December, and New Year's Day, my son Nathan's birthday. I get an email from Ola saying, "Yeah, you're endorsed with Solar Guitars," and blah blah blah.
nice.
And I'm like, "Whoa!" Like that started my 2017 off like crazy, and then now I got 2 giant companies in the world. Now it's like, well, let's go for Evertune. But Evertune Bridges, I actually was seeking out before Mesa Boogie because I was building the guitars. So I met the owner. I would talk story with him, like, "Hey, I got these guitars I'm building. I want your bridges in them," and I would send him pictures, and he's like, "Wow, these are nice, and they're amazing, blah, blah, blah." And it took 4 years to get Evertune. But, again, for me, it feels like when I said we're now, like when he would call me, I was at a friend's house at a party, and he called, and he was like, "Hey, man, how you been?" And I was like, "I've been good." I was like, "Hey, guess what? I'm sponsored by Mesa Boogie and Solar Guitars now." I was like, "Come on, I gotta get Evertune." And he was like, "Yeah, welcome to the family." And I was like, "What?" And I got another one. I got 3 giants in the metal realm, and I just kept. I went after Skull Strings because I love the Skull Strings. Carlos Pavicic
and Gwen
and Skull Strings.
Family
They're a
company.
family company and friends, and they'll build any of their artists any gauge they want. Special gauge. You want a 9.5? A 10.5
really?
gauge?
Yeah.
He'll make
Oh,
it.
so is your
I can do
scale
any-
is it custom? Yours is
Yeah,
custom.
so my packs are in here, but they're custom to the guitars I play. So I got drop C tunings that actually don't sag. You know,
Right,
they
right,
actually
right.
are tight tension. The 5-string bass is for drop
So for
C.
your low strings, you have dog cables.
she has right now. She has 184 on her fit string.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
180. And it's a. It's
Then
a,
you can
it's a
winch a
rope.
trailer with that.
Yeah,
string.
no, you can probably pull a car with it.
Yeah,
No, it's
probably.
huge, but her tone in drop G cuts out. It'll put out the tone. If you use regular strings and you drop below that much,
Oh,
it
it'll
just,
Yeah,
it'll fart.
it'll fart. So as far as like the endorsements go, we really were blessed as well. But again, they're not endorsing musicians that are not capable of performing, playing, have history. You know, so like everybody would be writing to me about Mesa and Solar and Evertune and Skull Strings, and I would just say, "Hey, send these guys a video of you playing, your history, who you are, how long you've been doing music, and let them decide."
And that's
Right.
where you guys have an advantage because we're primarily a cover band. So
Yeah.
you guys do originals. So
From day one, we always we started off writing a lot
Originals.
of originals together.
You know,
so
acoustic
and that
bass.
kind of leads into going to NAMM. That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's like paradise for me,
So-
man.
Oh,
so,
right.
So is it you have to be affiliated with the studio or just an endorsed artist to go?
Well, the hard thing is like the studio wouldn't cut it because this Made in Pain Records couldn't sign up for NAMM because we don't distribute music gear. So you need to be a distributor of music or product or you know,
Music
DAW
Star?
or just anything music related. And so I sent out emails to all of the endorsers like, "Hey, by any chance, you know, do you guys have any tickets for Blue and I?" And everybody responded back, no. This was like almost 2 weeks before NAMM. And everybody's like, "Nope, no, sorry, we're all out. We're using them all up, blah, blah, blah." And all of them said no. But Cosmos Lyles from Evertune emailed me, and he said, "Hey, I got a couple of tickets for you guys." And we got to go in as Evertune artists. So our badges said artists on it, and it said Intune LLC. It wasn't like, you know, we went as a music shop.
Right.
And again, it was like 2 weeks before the NAMM, and it was like, I told her, I go, "You know what, honey? If no more tickets, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't in the stars. It wasn't our time to do that part
No,
of the
not an
journey.
alignment.
Wasn't an alignment for it." And then I told her, I was like, "You know, I'm stopping that energy of putting that out." And we're very energetically like in tune with the world, the universe, and all that. So we're like hippie guru kind of stuff. But you know, so I
Peace,
told
love,
her, I
and
called her.
happiness,
I was on my way to Kona. I was like, "You know what? I stopped putting that energy out. It feels like I'm forcing the hand
we don't
for us to
force
get
it.
into NAMM."
Right.
And then she was like, "Did you see the email from Cosmos?" I was like, "No."
And then I got scared.
And he goes, "Oh, we got
What?
tickets." And I was
Really
like,
happening?
"I'm signing up right now." She was like, but she didn't want to go.
I didn't wanna go.
She was-
Really?
She was-
Ryan, The day of.
I was reversing the car.
He was literally reversing the car.
We got into one of them arguments.
I had nothing. We got into an argument.
Big
because
argument.
I was.
Pack my bag. I'm reversing the car.
He's reversing the car. I had nothing packed, and then I got in the seat. And I was like, okay, I'm going.
She got in with her pajamas.
Really?
I went to Nam.
Reversed out. She flew up with basically
I
like
had my pajamas.
her pajamas.
And
She
I
didn't
only
pack
had these
anything.
boots. I had my kilo boots.
Pajamas, rubber boots.
Because I was on the way out. No, I was reversing
He
the car.
was so pissed at me.
Because I was like, you know what? This is like the biggest dream for me in
I
my
was
life,
kind
and
of-
you're not like gonna
Because,
be
you know,
there,
I
and we
knew-
were set to go, and da 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 da. And she had changed the last minute. I was like, I'm going.
Well, I had
I got
a
my
tug in
ticket.
my
I'm
heart.
going.
I had Mom and then
Yeah.
Dream.
Yeah.
I
She was
I
missing
like,
Chevelle.
oh man,
She done
I'm
the
gonna
first
leave
time
my
she gonna be away from
kids.
Chevelle.
First time I'm gonna be away from my daughter. I'm gonna be around professional musicians that are like, this is what they do for their life, for reals. And am I gonna be able?
Idris.
Is yours on there?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be able to, just take all that in? And I tell you what, if you ever get a chance to go to NAMM in your lifetime and you're a musician, that go, like, for reals.
Yeah.
Any way you can.
And
Just-
it was
when we weren't jaded, by a lot of people that we met, like, they've been to NAMM so many
They're so
times,
tired of
over
it.
and over. You
So
can just see it in their
it's
It's
face.
a chore, yeah.
Yeah.
for them. Yeah. The
For
chore.
us, it was like Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah.
Any guitar.
All of us
company,
would be
Charlie.
like
every
that.
amp
We
were
company,
Charlie.
every pedal company,
Drums,
every
bass,
drum,
everything.
every
Ryan.
cymbal
I
company.
was like, bye guys, I'll
You
see you at
guys-
the end
you
of the
guys
week.
went-
See you later.
Dude, we wouldn't see any of you guys.
We wouldn't, and you'd have like marks because you'd be
Stretch marks.
smiling.
Yeah, all stretch marks. At the end of the night, you sleeping. Wake up, y'all. Because I got to meet all my idols.
Speaking of John,
I got
Petrucci,
we
passed
John
him in the-
Petrucci. He was in our hotel, and I was coming out. He was going in. We crossed, and
In
I was
the
like,
elevator.
John. He got in the elevator. I was like, yeah, and I was gonna bug him. I was like, I'm not gonna be that guy.
Hi. Yeah.
What's up, John? Because I got everybody else.
But,
He's like,
inside you're like,
I'm like, oh, he's in our hotel. Devin Townsend, got to meet him again. Gary Noble, our artist rep, was in our.
Yeah.
He was 3 rooms away from us. Devin Townsend was in the gym working out that morning.
I'm surprising John Petrucci wasn't. He's all like,
Oh yeah,
He
no,
was.
John
He
was
had
there.
Like a leather,
Yeah.
the jeans leather jacket.
And he had
thingy
this
on, I think.
beard,
Yes.
massive beard. That's what
Yeah.
kind of threw me off at
He
first.
looked kind of like a biker dude.
Yeah. And and
Really
then our
nice guy.
our artist rep was like, "Hey, come to the Famous booth. Devin Townsend's waiting for you guys."
I know. Oh my God.
Wow.
And we went and we had an awesome conversation with you, Devin. Like when we went up to NAMM, it was like, "Hey, our badge says artist, so let's act like it." Though I love Devin Townsend and I love
Yeah, let's
Mick
just make,
Mick
like-
Thompson from
yeah,
Slipknot,
make,
and
like-
I got to meet every
You're walking
iconic
past-
metal player.
Rock stars.
Ola England, and
And they're just in there. They're just there, like
they're just
cruising.
normal guys.
Yeah.
And you get to talk to them like normal. Like it's like, hey
Frank
man,
Hannon,
I
I
play
think-
guitar too, man.
Frank Hannon too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank from
Tesla.
Tesla. We got
Tesla,
to meet him.
Tesla,
The
Yeah.
Andy Timmons.
Andy
Oh
Timmons.
wow, man.
Just walking past.
Yeah.
Andy Timmons.
Andy.
I was like, I gotta keep walking to hide my boner.
I didn't tap you on the butt.
Right?
That wasn't me. That was him.
No, there's an image.
Right?
Ryan be all over the place, banging everybody. Oops. What happened in 2019 NAMM? Ryan
Yeah.
impregnated
It's
everyone.
And then,
All the men rock stars got pregnant.
and there's performances everywhere.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, at all the booths.
Oh my gosh.
So how do they do that? Do they all clash or they have like set times they have to
It
play?
was,
and so?
it was kind of clashing.
Oh, yeah?
It was hard because they
You
put
get sensory overload.
it was like they put all the metal
The drum
guys
section,
in one corner.
The drummer
Oh,
area.
God.
Oh my
The
gosh.
drum area was massive.
And it was just.
as it should.
It's like 10 minutes walking past the drum room. God. And
like,
then we got
are we
lost
there
in the
yet?
place multiple times. We got
Multiple
lost. We was like,
times.
where are we?
It's a good kind of loss though.
Yeah. It
I
was
would
a
love to
good
get
kind of
lost over
loss.
there.
And the thing is, we had our iPhone watches, right, calculating how many steps we walked.
Oh man.
And we were like, we walked 10 miles today. We did 11 miles today. Our last day there was 13 miles in the building.
In rubber
In the
boots.
building.
Yeah.
And she was in her rubber boots. I was in my G-string. It was so uncomfortable.
It was.
But I was smiling.
I told you not That's right, you should.
Oh, and then I got to be endorsed again. Sorry, I got a plug. But Powered by Omega, a very young amp company coming out in the works, and hopefully bigger things we'll be doing together with them as well. We shall see. But again, I am building my own amp as well, and that's where again with Ola's guitars, I dropped the guitar thing and went into amps, and was like, well, you know, I might as well do something and. To leave behind a legacy or something as big as, you know, for us, we're like nobodies at the NAM, you know, but we're repping for Hawaii.
I love
You
repping
know?
for Big Island. It's not
Yeah.
even about me. It's not.
Well, I wouldn't say only Big Island. You guys rep the musicians community here. That's what it is. You know, I think.
That's what I love is going up and telling people when they ask, "Where are you from?" It's like, "Oh, from Big Island."
Big Island,
I'm kind
Hawaii.
of saying it for
Right.
like,
Where
when
had
I
the
say that,
active
I'm not-
volcano.
I feel like I'm saying it for the island.
Right,
Like,
Yeah.
For all of us, yeah.
yeah, so that's and like when we were up there, we really kind of like went with a vibe of wanting to include everyone. So we would post like videos and
Yeah.
show everybody like.
We was trying to do lives, we was trying to do stuff, but after the first day, everybody was trying to go live. The Wi-Fi just crapped out.
Yeah.
No could do live
I mean,
anymore.
NAM is like a bucket list thing for me. So I was there with you guys, man.
You
I was
would
like,
you would
oh.
never leave. You'd be
That's
there
what
from open to close,
Right.
and when they closed, I think it was 5 o'clock. They closed.
Yeah. They open at
5
10,
o'clock,
close at
boom,
5.
light shut off. Everybody out.
Like, can I just
It
sleep
was like
here?
everybody out.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't, just like I said, yeah, Ryan. You have, in your lifetime.
And then you're over there jonesing for the rest of the night,
and
right?
then- and the relationships that you build when you're
Yeah.
there, like I got to hang out with the 410 amplification guys, Powered by Omega guys, took picture with Slipknot, met Jason Frankenhauser, another shredder guitar player he's endorsed by 410. I tried to get endorsed by 410 and they're not accepting artists, but that's okay. But I love I love their amps. It's unique.
A lot of musicians had cards.
Yeah, and they told us
A
we
lot
couldn't
of
bring up
musicians
pumps.
had the intention of getting. We would see and
They posted all these cards. It's like,
they had cards. You know, when I was cruising next to this kind of famous bass player, this lady was full on pitching herself, like full on, like I want to be in your. And he's like, do you have a card? You know, so a lot of times at NAM, is musicians networking.
it's your networking,
Yeah. I
and that's
didn't
what you're there
realize
for, as well
that
as
they're doing
endorsements
that.
and new
But
product.
I seen it firsthand, like full on.
You gonna sing in my band? I'm gonna be this, and you know, it's
Yeah.
like, and you're trying to plug yourself. You know, I
But we
mean,
didn't. We went just as fans of music.
of music,
Yeah.
and again, wanting to represent Hawaii. I know,
Hawaii.
the other ukulele shop down the street. I know he was there. Sorry, I forgot his name.
Rich.
Rick.
Chichaku,
Yeah, Rich Taco was up there. You know, there was some guys from Soundwave Music up there. But as far as like the performers, you know, and I haven't seen anybody that we knew that performed in either the Big Island or in Oahu. But there was a lot of stuff going on, and like second to the last day, you know, Blue was like, I'm going here, and you know, she was watching bass, and I was playing the guitars, and
real dreamy stuff. Just
Yeah.
full on, like, wow, this is so dreamy. I got to meet Mark Gooday. I was telling Scott earlier.
the owner, creator, the
builder,
engineer of Ashdown.
Dan and Mark, of my first bass amp. That was like unreal. You know, just to be able to talk to the creator of your stuff.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the thing. You're meeting the guys that are the ones behind the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and what is cool again, I think, for you know, when you go to the NAM, is that they're not closed off. They're there to sell themselves, and everyone at NAM is either an artist or another store or a distributor, and so when you talk to them, they're not like looking at you like, "Who are you?" You know, we got on our badge, like, we're artists. We're with Evertune. You know, it's like,
Right.
oh, when you talk to them, they give you respect off the back. So when we met Mark guys, they were genuine. Like, wow, it wasn't like if you met them somewhere else, like, hey, we want to be endorsed by you. They'd be like, enough. You know, it's like, you know,
yeah,
you
lots
get,
of aloha.
yeah.
It
Oh,
was like, wow, we found a lot of aloha.
and then when we first saw Gary, it was like he's like this buff dude, and he got this buff wife, and then we was like, and they're like hugging us, and like it was like aloha spirit. I mean, we were surprised on how much aloha spirit was there at the NAM. Was like people were friendly,
Cool.
opening the door for you, saying thank you, and it was like. Last time
You figure in California you wouldn't get that. Huh?
Yeah, it was Vegas, dude. Just
They
slam
were,
the door
like,
behind
super
you.
nice.
You know, you open the
Really
door for
good
them. It's like,
experience.
yes, servant, yes. You know, it's like, you know, but
It would, yeah. So it would be a nice excursion.
I've heard though from Spencer that he is going to start getting tickets for next year's NAM.
Oh, guess who's
So-
making friends with Spencer?
I would think we're
be
going.
his best
We
friend
are
for
going.
this, yeah.
It would be nice to have a Hilo musician community go up together, but we never see each other. We'd be like, we went together, but we never saw each other.
No, we see.
He was at the drums. He was by the guitars and everything else. He was by the bass.
And my dad lives near Anaheim, and my wife's godfather. So, I'm gonna go visit you, uncle and dad. Not
He was on video and you said
right.
that.
It's okay.
No, but
Yeah.
Spencer actually is
Spencer.
going for tickets, and he's probably going to go up as well. So I'm pretty sure 2020's NAM, I should probably be doing something at a booth as well for some company, and that's going to be cool. And like Neural DSP, another huge. Oh man, they kind of took over the game in simulated, amps, and they sound the best. And I was late for the NAM when they took me under, and I was like, hey, I can do something at the booth. It's like, we already got everything filled up. So hopefully, I'll be a performer now, and I'll have a white badge. So they go by colors, right? Yellow, guest, white, entertainer, and then distributor. And so you got.
But either way, that's really
Either way was cool.
Yeah, just to get in there.
But yeah, hard. It was so big, but still so short. Because we didn't even look at the third floor, the second floor, the
You
basement.
guys didn't get to the whole thing.
She got to a part of certain
I tried
places,
to
but
find
we.
the Ampeg. I got lost.
I was like, "Where are you?" I'm trying to find Ampeg for the past 30
Plus,
minutes.
it's like there's the metal stuff, and then I wanted to see all the acoustic stuff, like the Taylor, and so yeah, it's huge. It's really you guys gotta go.
It's unbelievable. Eh?
It is, Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, neat stuff.
It's all the newest gear, newest guitars, newest ideas, innovations, technology, and then being able to see your idols. I mean, that's huge. Like Lita Ford.
Another one of Ryan's
When I was
girlfriends.
in the
Oh my
military,
gosh.
I had a shrine to Lita Ford. I had my Lita
She's-
Ford shrine.
Ryan, she's super
Super
She's
cool.
the coolest.
Yeah,
Like,
can you imagine?
Super cool, genuine, real warm, and I'm like, wow, this lady is, she's cool,
And she can play too. So that's-
Yeah.
and she can play.
Yeah.
And she stayed like, she kept staying at the for autographs till the line was gone.
Oh yeah. Those
Even though she went way
lines.
past her time, because they only maybe hour or something.
Oh, she wasn't one of those. Oh, my time's up. I'm out.
No, she waited.
She
Like,
waited,
it
yeah.
was supposed to be like from that time to that time, and then she's like hours later. Like,
She would wait. She would let
Yeah.
people-
Poor thing, Jason. We're all guitar nerds of it.
I know.
The-
like,
there was a lot of drum stuff, Jason. A lot of drum stuff. You would have loved it.
I bet you.
But where I'm not up there to go videotape drums in my lives. It's like, guitar and amps.
Okay, we're gonna squeeze this out as much as we can because my computer just told me my battery's running.
Oh yeah,
No,
we're going
no.
over an hour.
Yeah,
But,
we went
but this
over
is
an
a
hour.
good. We could actually go another two if we
Yeah,
had to.
right?
But but thank you guys for coming. I mean,
No.
it's such an honor for us. And Scott, you want to add anything before?
No, it's just, I mean, really, these are two of the nicest people you're probably ever going to meet. Really genuine people. And, it's just great to know these people.
I mean, likewise. I mean, we don't get to see you guys as often we'd like to. I mean, every once in a while I'll get to run away and come to Spencer's to go buy some stuff, and it's like, oh, Scott's not there, so I don't see Scott. Then one night I was grabbing bubble waters and ice creams and stuff at Safeway, and I see this guy.
Oh, yeah,
walking.
last week,
I see this guy walking. I'm like Scott, hey Scott. But I had my afro and all that. He was like, "Who the hell are you?" My beard's all out. It was like,
So I'm just walking in to clock in, summer
like, wow,
shift,
you were
right? And he's
graveyard.
there.
That's why you're always weird timings with the band.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
No,
I-
we appreciate.
Thank you for inviting us. It's an honor to know you guys.
And
because-
Jason, thank you for offering drum
Yeah.
projects for Augustine on the side at the house, the studio.
Great musician.
Yeah, and
Instead of what I'm
Scott and
with
Jason,
now.
thank you for
Oh.
doing Blues Side Project Band acoustically.
Right.
And Ryan, you're welcome at the house anytime to jam on any amp, any guitar.
Right.
And
I'm following you guys home tonight.
we should record our album over there, right?
Man, I swear, every
Why
time we
don't
look
you guys-
look
why
at his
don't you
Facebook
guys
stuff,
do
he's
the
unboxing
album?
something.
Well, we're talking about it,
But we're so busy right now, and then we're planning to do it.
I mean, get Jason's part down first.
Yeah.
Track all the drums. get all the drums tracked. Then Scott can come up. You can go scratch guitars.
Yeah, you guys
Scott
better-
can come out and nail his bass parts. You can come up and pick any amp you want to track with any song,
He's
any
speaking
vocal
He's
mic.
speaking to my heart, people.
Yeah,
Made in Pain.
I mean,
Made in
honestly,
Pain Records.
yeah, and honestly, with Jude 9, I they paid me. I didn't really want to get paid, and honestly, the bands that we've produced albums for, I did it out of love and for me to learn my craft in the studio, and I think I dimed that in now to where I want the mixes to sound like coming out of Made in Pain. Again, the Ephesus album, I tracked everything. I didn't have the knowledge or ability or the time to mix it, so that is not a representation of Made in Pain, but it was tracked there. Shaggy's a phenomenal guitar player. It's just now I got it down. But it was the years of having the bands come in and doing my cousin's Hawaiian album and twice, and then doing Jude 9, and then doing 3 of Lundy Kramer's projects, and then Shaggy's Emphasis, and then, you know, all those years, and I was like, we didn't record anything in our studio.
Right?
We didn't do nothing.
We
in
always
our
say
studio.
once we slow down, we're gonna start writing this stuff, but we haven't slowed down.
No,
Don't.
Not at all.
that's good.
Keep it go-
But
keep
no,
the
if you guys
Joe
want to
train
come
going.
out, do like an EP or something, again, the best thing to do is get the song
Wait, a
down,
couple song- one
You have,
come
all
song.
in.
you have all the cool toys. We didn't
Yeah.
record nothing. I've
Track
been playing
to
with
the
all
drums.
your
Little
toys.
mini NAM show for us.
Yeah,
No.
mini NAM show going up
No,
to Made
no,
in
no,
Pain
no.
I'm
Records.
surprised
And
he's
then-
saying this because he said the studio shut down.
No, but I mean for
Oh,
for
No,
for
it
the
was
people that
actually,
we
yeah,
know.
we closed it down.
when
and
people
was
call
only
and I
gonna
don't
be
know
us,
them and
so-
say, "Hey, can we come up and record?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
But I mean, I know you
We actually
guys,
shut it down
and-
so we could focus.
and I can focus. But you know,
But
like
for
for
you
me,
guys, yeah.
of course, the people I know, I'll put the time into it because I mean, I'm not Bob Rock, but pretty damn, I'm all right. You know, I'm not there. You know, and then the type of genre style that you guys play, for me, I think I'm really
Fine.
good at as well for mixing and mastering
Right.
on that. Metal's hard. Metal's a whole nother monster of
And you guys professional, right?
Yeah.
So you come in.
yeah. Come in, we'll be trying to set up his drums. Ryan be like, "Can I try that?"
No, but
6
that's
hours
it.
later,
But
are you
you're
gonna record something
professional musicians.
Yeah.
So you would come in and it wouldn't be a waste of anyone's time
Yeah.
because you like last time Scott came in.
Yeah.
He banged out.
He
his-
banged out his parts like perfectly.
Yeah.
And then like even like Lundy Kramer's band, they came up, man. They had an album done in I swear
was
5
so-
days.
yeah.
They did an album with
Really
me,
good
and they came in and
musicians.
all the musicians nailed their parts, man.
It's fast.
And I was like, oh, great. And the thing good about doing drums all at once is once I set all the settings for the drums and everything, it stays the same in the mix. When you come set up drums once and then we reset it up and reset
you
it up,
haven't
it
seen?
sounds-
Oh, you've seen Jason's drum set.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, he's gonna drop it off
Nice.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Well, I got the garage open, some
cool.
carpets down,
right.
and then we'll have the PA set up. You guys want to practice in the garage? You know?
Before our gig tomorrow.
Practice. What is
so
practice?
you guys-
Practice once
So-
every 6 months.
So
Ryan, if you go out there, bring pizza.
Right?
yeah,
Burger,
and so after you guys practice in the garage, then we'll use him for maybe an hour and a half. We'll get some video
As
footage.
long as you
with
get
in
him to
it.
tavern by 9 o'clock. we're good. But anyway, before my computer dies, tell everybody where we can find you guys. I mean, on social media, wherever.
If you
You
want.
can find us
On
on our
Facebook.
profiles.
Yes.
Jeremiah Augustine. You also have the Jeremiah Augustine guitarist page. I
Okay.
have a Blue Augustine music page.
Yeah, subscribe.
And then our music it's on iTunes. You know,
Yeah.
Augustine. I think the first 2 albums.
The first
are-
2 albums are on iTunes. I'm not proud of the second album, so no one can find it.
We don't have any hard copies right now of CDs.
No, but yeah, you can find us again.
Oh, you
Jeremiah.
know what? Or Amazon. Actually, there
Oh,
are
God.
hard copies out
There's
there. that we
bootlegged
have
copies
no
of our
control
album selling
over.
for $74 an album.
Yeah,
Oh!
Wow.
but you can buy used too. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are hard copies that we have no control over.
Yeah.
That are out there.
Once it went out there, it
Just
went out. We
Google
can't control it.
Augustine Cinematic Masquerade. You'll find one,
Yeah.
but we don't get any money from
Yeah.
it, which is fine. I just want to get the music in people's hands.
Right.
Yeah, so you know, you got Blue Augustine at Facebook, you got Blue Augustine Music at Facebook, you got Jeremiah Augustine on Facebook, you got Jeremiah Augustine Guitarist, and you got my YouTube page, which is Jeremiah Augustine. I don't do Instagram too much, but Blue's on Instagram. And again, Average Joe's, click on their link, their band page. Ryan
Yes.
Sabate,
Thanks, man.
Scott,
Go check 'em
Jason,
out live.
Jason Augustine, and then
Tomorrow night.
Thanks, man.
we're gonna go back. We're gonna look at the facial reactions on Ryan's face every time I said some kind of crack like that.
Went right over my head. Oh, please, computer, don't die.
No,
Okay, yeah.
But- But thank you guys. It's such an honor to have you guys.
Thank
You guys
you.
are so
Awesome,
awesome,
thank
man.
you,
Thank you.
you.
Love you
Thank
guys. You guys are awesome. It's
and
such
he
an
didn't even touch my leg.
honor. Right? Not yet.
Oh.
That'll be off camera, so you don't have evidence. But Scott, you have anything in closing?
No, and once again, thanks for joining us. Great
Thanks
having
for
you guys here.
us. This was fun.
Thanks, Spencer.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah, shout out to Spencer again.
for the
Keeping
space
the
and the
lights on.
time. Right?
Actually, he was supposed to be the first guest, so you guys jumped the line.
Aw.
Sorry, Spencer.
Spencer, love that guy.
You guys should never rehearse anything. That's okay, because we don't rehearse at all.
Hey, that's professional musicians right there. You guys are already doing it.
But yeah, man, check out the Joecast. I'm gonna try and post it probably tonight or tomorrow or whatever as soon as we get them. And you were live, right?
I'm on live, so I'm
Live,
gonna
so-
tag everybody here with the video.
But right
as
on.
well.
But yeah, I'll try and get it up tomorrow. And we're gonna be at Hilo Town Tavern tomorrow, so come on out 9-ish to whenever we've pow-ish, I guess. Yeah. So come on down, everybody. But thank you, Jeremiah and Blue. You guys are so awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, everybody.
This is fun.
Right.
And,
And Kevin behind the camera over there.
Thank you, Kevin,
Thank you,
cameraman.
Kevin.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
And all right, all you Facebook peoples, I will see you guys later. And thank you guys,
Peace
Average Joes,
out.
for having
Peace.
us. Peace.
All right.
Later.
All right.
All right, you guys. That was
Aw,
awesome.
that was awesome.
That was so much fun.
That was cool.